Hello, Professor Martinson. My name is Janney, and I'm one of the students in your class here. And we were going to talk about a few things: self-concept, self-esteem, and a culture. I would start with my self-concept. I guess that kind of started fairly early for me in terms of who I was and who I thought I was, those ideas. And where did that come from in my life? It came early on in my life. It came from music and my family. My family gave me a real strong sense of myself when I was young. Even though I had polio when I was really a baby, I contracted polio. But my mom and dad never addressed me that way. I mean, I had issues, but they helped me with. But I wasn't seen that way. I was just seen as Gary, just as one of the kids, and that was wonderful. That gave me that sense too of my own self-esteem, who I was I valuable to somebody, that kind of thing. And my mom and dad certainly gave me that, and music gave me that when I was young. So I could say that self-concept and self-esteem as well, because that's where I got a lot of that self-esteem, was the good feedback I would get from other people in my world at that time. So my self-concept was part of my self-esteem, certainly early on in my life. And as I grew older, there was other things that came into play, and the things that I wanted to be with other people and enjoy their company and get to know them and their culture. I came from a culture, a Southern Baptist kind of, well, not really, Southern United States culture, but I grew up in a Baptist church. But that really, it was part of it. It certainly was part of my sense of who I am, came from that. So I'd say my belief background, my musical talents, that was a big deal in my early life, because it helped me to understand that people would like me. I mean, even if they didn't like me for, having had polio or something like that, they might like me for this, When you're young, you're kind of going for what, And girls would come up to me when I started singing. And I thought, well, now there's something really positive right there. So that was a big deal. So music was a big part of my self-esteem and my self-concept. And the culture I grew up in certainly reinforced that. Because it was a very musical culture I grew up in my family, and in different, where I was, and singing places and entertaining and so forth. So that was a big deal. That's what I love to do. I love to sing. I love to write music. I also play drums. You can't see the drums; they're sitting off over here, but you don't want to see. Anyway, so I play drums, and what events changed my self-concept? Well, that was due to music and having had polio, but having a good upbringing with my parents and the friendships I had. That was very important. So all of those things kind of coalesced together to give me something that was pretty incredibly positive, I have to say, in my life, even though there's certain things that happen, like most everybody has something going on, But so that's kind of where I'm at. Who has helped increase or decrease my self-esteem? Well, I guess my brother kind of helped out there a little bit. He would say he was keeping me in line at times, but I'm not so sure. Those things that decrease my self-esteem, maybe reality at times. You see things about yourself you wish were a little better, a little different, change things, make things, That is not all bad. That's pretty good if we can get to that place and then learn the lessons we're supposed to learn, and move on with it, incorporate those things into our lives and become better people. And that's the whole issue of it. So, but thank you very much for listening, and I'm very happy to be taking the course, and that you're the teacher. Have a great day. God bless.